Once you start buying an EV and start using it daily, there are few problems that you need to face, which nobody is talking about. Warning, this is a very important video, especially if you are planning for EV. Please watch it till the end and don't skip. See, before anything else, let me say this clearly. I love EV tech. I love where things are going, silent ride, instant torque, low running cost, futuristic feeling, all that is real. That's why next video is all about the things which I really like about EVs. But for now, let's focus on the problems. By the way, subscribe. First thing, charging at home. If you are living in an independent house with proper parking and wiring, you are lucky. But most people are not. Apartments are where the problems start. Parking is usually in the basement. Sockets are far away. Wiring is old, load is limited, and societies are always worried about safety. At least some. Charging becomes slow, inconsistent, and sometimes straight up impossible unless you fight for approvals. Even when they allow it, you are mostly stuck with slow charging. Overnight charging only, no flexibility. Now take it one step worse. What if you don't even have a dedicated parking spot? A lot of people park on the roadside or in common spaces, especially for cars. This becomes a daily stress. You can't just pull a cable across the road and charge it. So, if you are staying in a place where charging is an issue, go for a car or scooter that have a larger or bigger battery capacity. You are dependent on the public chargers from day one. That means apps, availability, queues, and sometimes chargers that are simply dead. With petrol or diesel, parking anywhere is fine. With EVs, parking and charging are permanently connected. And even when you do find a plug, here comes the underrated headache: plug and power mismatch. The socket is there, but the charger doesn't accept it. Amp rating is low, earthing is improper, voltage fluctuates, charger refuses to start. On paper, everything looks okay. In reality, your EV just says nope. People don't talk about this enough. Then comes the classic Indian solution: extension board. This is where things get risky. Cheap extension boards, thin wires, multi-plug boards, no design for continuous high load. You plug it in, charging starts, and after 20 to 30 minutes, the board is heating up like crazy. This is not just unsafe, it can actually damage your charger, your charging board, or worse, cause a short circuit. Even EV charging is not like charging a phone. Sustained load matters. Now imagine this situation, and this one hits emotionally, and I have faced this one time. You wake up early in the morning, office day. You are already running late. You grab your helmet or car keys and casually check the battery, and it is low, like really low. Suddenly, your whole morning plan collapses. You can't do anything except wait. No shortcut, nothing. You sit and watch the battery percentage climb slowly while your stress level climbs faster because you are running late. With petrol, that moment never comes. 2 to 3 minutes at a pump and you're gone. With EVs, forgetting to charge feels like forgetting to set an alarm, but the consequences are way bigger. Now, add power cut into this equation. No power means no charging. Simple as that. If you don't have backup power or solar, you are stuck. And power cuts don't ask if you are busy or free. When that happens, your only option is to hunt for a public charger. And public charging isn't always convenient, fast, or reliable. Sometimes the charger is occupied, sometimes it's offline, sometimes the app crashes. You start planning your life around electricity and availability. Something petrol owners never think about, right? Now, let's talk about the service and repairs. Because this is another reality check. With petrol bikes or cars, even if something goes wrong during a trip, you can stop at a local mechanic. Small town, big town, doesn't matter. There is always someone who can help. EVs don't work like that. Everything is software driven. Sensors, controllers, battery management systems. If something feels off, you are almost always forced to go to an authorized service center. Local mechanics can't diagnose software issues. That dependency is real, and sometimes it is frustrating. Now, long distance travel. This is where EV ownership really changes your mindset. A 500-kilometer trip on petrol is mostly straightforward. You ride or drive, stop once or twice for fuel, and that's it. On an EV, you have to plan. Charging stops are mandatory, and charging isn't quick. Even with fast chargers, you have to charge around like 1.5 hour or 2 hours per stop. 2 or 3 stops later, your total travel time almost doubles. Suddenly, trips becomes calculated, not like an easy one. And the funny thing is, You don't even relax during charging. You are watching the percentage, checking apps, calculating remaining range, thinking about the next charger. That mental load is always there. Even visiting relative changes. You don't just go, you pack your charger, you ask if they have a proper socket, you check nearby charging stations in advance. You are always planning ahead. It's not a deal breaker, but it is a lifestyle shift. And slowly, charging anxiety becomes normal. You constantly check the range. You think twice before any tour. You open charging apps more than maps sometimes. This doesn't mean EVs are bad. It just means they demand in a different kind of discipline. Now, don't get me wrong. Many of these issues will reduce with better infrastructure, faster chargers, better batteries. We are still early in the EV journey. But right now, this is the honest ownership experience. If someone is buying an EV thinking that it's exactly like petrol but cheaper, that's where disappointment starts. EV ownership is not just about riding or driving, it's all about planning, timing, infrastructure, and patience. When I bought my bike, I never thought, this much. I wanted to check, I calculated my petrol, the expense. So monthly, I was averaging around like 5,500 to 6,000 rupees. I was like, in an year, I am spending around 70,000 for a petrol. Imagine, right? Like most people are spending that much. If you want a like 250 to 300 cc bike, or if you are on a scooter, still that will cost you a lot of money, right? That's why I thought about buying an EV. At that time, I did not think about these issues. I just thought, okay, I'll get the charger, I'll charge it at home, I'll go to my office, then come back. If I'm traveling, I'll go for some public charging stations or a relative house, I'll put it on charging, right? That's what I thought. I never thought of the timing, the calculation. That's why I made this video. So if you haven't like planned like me, so this video will help you out, right? So, and that's why I always say, don't buy an EV emotionally, buy it knowingly. Know your issues, okay? You have to buy something knowing that its advantages and disadvantages. You have to know the both sides. You have to know the problems also. If you face the problem after buying an EV or after buying something, that will make you regret, right? But before itself, you know these are the issues you are going to face, then that is not an issue. You will find some solution. You will always think about something like further. So that's one thing. So if you're watching this and you're already an EV owner, you probably noted at least once. And if you are planning to buy one, this video probably saved you some surprises. By the way, if you like these real talk EV discussions or something like discussions which are like real life issues and all, please subscribe to this channel. This channel isn't just about the hype or something. It's about like reality, ownership, and where EVs are actually headed. If you want deeper discussions on our experiences and updates, join the community. Okay, I'll give you the link in the description. Please join it. That community is really active. Every time I check my phone, I can see many messages. People are discussing some like they are facing issues. People are helping it out. They are like telling all the new updates. So I'm really happy that the community is working out. Community is working out. And thank you so much, guys. And that's it for today. See you in my next video.